All right, welcome back. I'm Dan.
I'm Deanna, and today we just wanted to share our thoughts and feelings a little bit about the Twin Flame Ascension School class we just got done watching. We watched it together, and it's called Harmonious Twin Union Check-In, and it's TFAS Wednesday, 1 p.m., number 83. And did you want to start with the Mariana thing?
Oh, I mean, whatever's natural. I mean, my eye's a little glossy because, any Twin Flame Ascension School class is like an emotional arc, and I don't necessarily cry at the end of every single one of this, but this was a particularly potent class exploring Keely and Colby's Harmonious Union that was new.
Colby and Keely.
Colby and Keely. And finishing off with Marianne, beautiful student, passed away about a year after the recording of this class. And she just described a beautiful dream of her and her twin flame, her healing journey and her twin flame. And I just really felt how much I love her. And
it kind of came true, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
We learned that.
The dream was a premonition, and she came into Harmonious Union shortly after passing away.
Or I don't know if it was Harmonious Union, but it was at least Union. Yeah. Okay.
She was number 26. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we don't.
Well, anyways.
Okay.
At the time.
We don't. Okay. She came together with her twin flame after she passed away, according to Jeff and Shalia.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and for me, it was really touching and synchronistic because, I'm going to go on a little tangent. Is that okay?
Share yourself.
Yeah. So for me, it was really synchronistic because of, I just shared a post on Facebook today about Marianne Williamson's new book coming out. And I'm the type of person who feels like things like names are actually pretty important. And so Marianne Williamson, I feel potentially has a similar healing journey to Mariana in the classes. That's why I did the hashtag Marianne stays the course in the beginning of this year of 2024 when I heard that she almost quit running for president. Because it's not the fact that Mariana ended up with her twin flame after she passed from the physical realm in this lifetime is just proof positive that if you stay the course, and I'm actually the person who named the class Marianne Stays the Course. I remember getting that channel when we were naming classes. And her story is proof positive that if you stay the course, then your miracles already, I want to say pre-planned for you. And there's almost nothing you can do about it so long as you never give up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying I think Marianne Williamson will definitely be president. I feel like her life purpose is as a spiritual leader, and a spiritual authority figure. And also I don't know where her life purpose journey is going to take her. But the reason I did the hashtag Marianne Stays the Course thing on my Facebook at the beginning of this year is because I heard she almost dropped out of running for president, but she stayed the course. And that means there's something in it for her. There's something in it for her to be running for president. It's part of her ascension and life purpose journey.
And in it for the planet too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very inspirational to me, personally. And so one of my favorite things about these classes, TFAS and LPC, the Teachings of Union, is how synchronistic they always are to what's going on in the world and in your life. It's really fun. It's almost like a little I don't know. It's almost like a little treasure hunt or something, or can you see what I see type of thing going on, because as you take in the classes in your consciousness, stuff that's playing out in the world and in your personal life are also directly connected. And you can always draw those synchronicities and similarities and lessons to be so meaningful to the present moment. And that's what makes any great sacred or religious text so powerful, is its timelessness. It's the timelessness of it, and the eternality of it. Much like the color black. It's classic, it's timeless, it'll never go out of style. Harry Styles. So that being said, I'm sorry. That's the part that was like the most touching, synchronistic for me personally. And like I said, I'm not saying like I think this means Marianne Williamson is going to win the presidency. I actually don't have any read on that. But like, what I do know is that everyone's journey is so unique for them, and there was something for Mariana at the end of staying the course. There's always going to be a spiritual reward for you for staying any course that you are called to, whether that be a college degree, studying the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, Twin Flame Ascension School, Life Purpose class. You had an experience like this once, didn't you? When you were done paying for the classes.
Oh yeah, I mean,
do you want to share that really quick?
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone has a unique journey, and it's about really honoring God. So in this class, this dream God gave Mariana was saying, Mariana, stay the course. I know I'm segueing.
Sorry.
It was God's personal communication to her. For me, especially when I started the teaching, I had so much to learn about financial abundance. I was living a life of constantly scraping by. And so actually investing in monthly payments for not only Twin Flame Ascension School, but Life Purpose class was actually a major investment in my life. But honestly, it wasn't even just that. It was also me overcoming my resistance to the newness of the teaching every month, working through that and feeling like I wanted to give up. Oftentimes because I was just like, just didn't know if I could make it, but God spoke very clearly to me. And I've said this before in other videos that, there will be a miracle for me.
You heard God say that to you?
Well, yeah, in the way I understand God.
Yeah.
When you complete your payments and you own Twin Flame Ascension School and Life Purpose class, you will experience a miracle. And of course, I came together with Deanna very shortly afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
Like literally just like that.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's really sweet.
The miracle happened instantly, and actually God's communicating something very similar to me now. I have never watched all the classes all the way through. There's like 600 hours. It's a serious commitment, and I've watched many classes out of order, but I've actually been watching from the beginning, and I'm probably 3/4 of the way through. And God has communicated, and I'm not attached to this. And maybe I shouldn't even, don't want to spoil the miracle, but I'm invested in completing that part. That's the next big milestone. And honestly, just the joy, like every class is such a joy to watch and does so much for my spiritual growth. I don't actually need anything beyond what every class already gives me, but I'm just like, that's my next big goal. Back then it was actually finishing the payments. And that was the end of 2018. And I started watching classes. No, that was the end of 2019. Sorry, I started watching classes 2018. And it's 2024 and I still haven't seen them all. That's how massive this body of work is.
But you're staying the course. And that's what matters.
Each their own pace. But I'm just so grateful that I've dedicated myself now. And yeah.
It's about completing things. Right. I'm reminded of Teal Swan. She's also a spiritual teacher on the planet today, planet Earth. I don't know, an alien could be watching this. YouTube, like the internet could end up being multi-universe internet, you know what I'm saying, one day. So on planet Earth right now, Teal Swan is a spiritual teacher. She makes a lot of YouTube videos. She does like synchronization workshops and stuff. She has this thing that she teaches called the completion process. For someone like me, I haven't done it yet. I don't know if I will, but for someone like me personally, it's the completion of things that um, I'm working on as well. Like I never finished college, and I'm being called to go back and do that, and um, a completion energy doesn't always look the same for everybody in every scenario, but you feel it on the inside. Um, and there's always a next step. Um, Waiting for you when you've come to the completion of something. There's never going to be nothing there.
And at the same time, I want to add that the journey is now I've really learned this. The journey is just as valuable. Like the destination is nice as a way to keep you moving forward, but actually every step of the journey is just as valuable. As it's not like, oh, I just need to get through this to get to that place. Like every step is so perfect on the way to it. So it's
It's The
nice.
Climb by Miley
There you go.
Cyrus.
It is. It's she nailed it with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I wanted to kind of dive into the main theme of the class. I don't know if you have more you want to say before I do that.
Mm, just that if your journey's not fun, I was just talking to one of my friends about this yesterday. We both agreed that if the journey's not fun, if your life is not fun right now, um whatever you're working towards is not going to feel good then.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's a process it's been a process for me at least to find the joy in the midst of work because part of the work is moving through challenges. So it's not like you're not going to face challenges, but the deeper you go in the work, and that's something I've learned through the years, you find how fun it is actually to work through challenges because it's not actually about the challenge, it's about the love that you're bringing to the challenge and the joy of feeling more of yourself come to the surface to um, meet life and win. Um, so yeah, I want to share just the main theme of this class course is called Harmonious Union Check-in. They're checking in with a new harmonious union, and my
The
favorite.
light just flickered, by the way.
Oh, there's angelic beings with us.
Always.
And they were just reflecting on how normal it is, and that's the truth. Is harmonious union with your twin flame is completely the normal, and I wanted to share that that's why I eternally have chosen to persist in this work because I've already experienced that my union with God and Deanna is the most natural and normal thing in my life. There can be, life can throw the most insane challenges at us, like huge things. And with the work, with watching classes, having the teaching, I literally can move through anything and just find deeper peace. And that's something that Jeff talks about in the class, that it gets easier as time goes. Like it is true, like at the beginning stages, the intensity of the romance, because there's so much love in your union that it can mean fights. It can mean anger, loud upsets coming up.
But you can't be afraid of that,
Right.
And it doesn't mean something is wrong. It means that you have a lover.
Well, my experience actually, it's you're clearing with that lover, your energy like multiplies, and so you're going to move through challenges if you're doing the work together like 10 times faster. So it's just upsets are going to come up faster. But the truth is, the level of peace that's underneath that is extraordinary and eternally growing. And so eventually you begin to realize like, the peace of God is so much stronger than anything I move through. And that's why. But for me, I really come to realize, anchoring the teaching in my life, because if I don't have a really strong relationship with the teaching, that's when I've noticed that the upsets seem like a bigger deal. But Jeff and Shalia and the community share like so much love and
And
peace
comfort.
and comfort that it always returns me to the state of, oh my gosh, like life is beautiful. I feel my inner self, my inner light expand, and I'm like, this too shall pass. I shall succeed. I shall make it through this.
Unlike, I don't know if I want to go there. Ego is kind of like in Lord of the Rings, like you shall not pass.
Right. No, this is, yeah.
Versus God says, this is like Moses, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to part the seas for you.
Right.
Like, but here's the thing, and this is why I'm so actually like everyone knows like Kamala Harris is like the favorite to win the presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
But that I'm so looking forward to seeing not only who wins, but like what happens to each presidential candidate on their life purpose and ascension journey afterwards, because they're coming to this completion energy here in November with the election. And then everyone's going to go to their next step. And that's what's really beautiful to see is everyone's going to win because everyone's going to be in alignment with their karma and then next step on their ascension path, and we get to see where they go next. It's so much fun, and what I think is so cool is that October is a month for, it's the scales of Libra, right? It's when like this huge karmic sweep comes and there's like a karmic deliverance for everybody's soul. And every October when we go into Scorpio, which is like rebirth, and you can start your new spiritual cycle for the next year to line yourself up for the next karmic reaping, I guess um you want to call it. And what I think is so cool is that the elections are in November. And it's just so perfect where the elections are placed in the calendar. Sorry.
And yes, and so the tie-in for the
No, this is a spiritual YouTube channel you have,
yeah, of
right? So
course,
I
yeah,
can talk about anything and
of course,
everything.
yeah,
So, and we probably shouldn't go too long, right?
yeah. We have total 30 minutes on this, so yeah.
So I just loved the fact that I just today was thinking about Marianne Williamson, and I saw her post about her latest book about Jesus, and I shared the post, and I felt so, my heart chakra was like lit up because she's ascending. And it doesn't matter if she wins the presidential election. That's not what matters. What matters is hashtag Marianne stays the course. What matters is that you stay the course. Now, I'm not saying I'm a 3-time college dropout, but I wouldn't change that because there was a completion energy at the end of every experience I had. But what matters is that it's still in my heart, and now I do desire to go back and complete it. And that's the that's the fun thing about life. Um, when J.K. Rowling or Joe Rowling, like was done with writing the seventh Harry Potter book, she felt a completion energy. But guess what? There were still movies to be made that she needed to consult on. There's still other aspects of the Harry Potter world that she later was a part of. But the completion energy of that final Deathly Hallows book is so rewarding. And so you never want to give up on something that's been given to you until the completion energy is really there. So,
Well, essentially, you can have anything you put your heart and mind to, and is to set your mind on the most divine things, like the things God has for you are the things that are going to make you happiest. So in my
Yeah.
life, I've noticed that, yeah, if I put the things of God first, like my harmonious union, my life purpose, like that's when the greatest miracles happened for me. And it's safe because you're claiming something that's eternal. There's a lot of things you can claim that can come and go. But when you claim the things that are eternal, you're going to find like eternal riches in that. And that's what the pursuit of God is all about. Like, for example, this relationship isn't going anywhere because God created it eternal. And it's a night and day difference when I think about what it was like to pursue people that are not my twin flame. There's just,
But you didn't pursue me.
well, I pursued my twin flame.
Right. You pursued God through these teachings, and then God
Well,
gave you
yes,
me, and vice
right,
versa. It's a
exactly.
different experience. But don't be ashamed or afraid to pursue someone when it's following your golden thread, because
Hmm.
that's where you want to live, is in your golden thread.
Yep, exactly. Which is to say, when you put God first in your life and you pursue Him with all your heart, which is to say, you're putting peace and love at the center of your life and choose to expand that and grow that no matter what happens, you will see miracles. And that's essentially the heart of what Twin Flame Ascension School is about, teaching you to have that foundation of peace no matter what happens. Because when you can prove that you can maintain that peace in the midst of anything life can throw at you, believe me, God can use you in a powerful way. God will bring you miracles.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the foundation. That's the foundation of your harmonious union with your twin flame for your life purpose. Everything starts with that relationship with God. And that's what I feel like in watching the teaching I build in myself is that relationship.
And that also reminds me of the beginning of the class where Jeff and Shirley talk about how the work that you put into your ascension journey is effortless. Kind of like Shirley references Bob Ross painting. Just great ease, no struggle. Um, you can experience struggle, you can experience hardships, but it's so rewarding to move through it because you know what you're choosing is so divine and worth it.
Hmm. And the effortless part, it's really, and this is for me another thing that the teaching helps. There's so much energy. Like, essentially, it helps me feel my feelings, is the shortest way I can put it. There's so much energy on this planet that encourages us to not fully feel and fully heal. But the work is very easy when you're in a space where you're free to do that. And essentially, that's what these classes offer. There's so much love, so much presence and divinity in them that it just gives your heart space to feel and to open up and heal.
And the last thing I just wanted to share for me personally is it's always about ascension, and you're always enough and you're always pleasing to God. Meaning,
Mm.
you don't even have to focus necessarily on your highest form of expression or your twin flame, because being a unionist means that you are aware of your ascension and you're choosing it, which personally I believe is everyone on the planet.
Of course, everyone is given the opportunity to ascend and on this planet just by choosing love. Ascension is love.
And
It's
it's
making that the
happening
core of your
naturally
life.
anyway.
Right, but the teaching supports it
Supports
enormously.
enormously.
Yep,
Yeah.
accelerates, supports. It's
Um,
essential in my.
it fortifies.
Hmm.
Kind of like brushing your teeth and flossing your teeth every morning and night. Like, it's about spiritual hygiene and maintenance.
Hmm. Because it's about knowing what's true. Because actually, if life is a reflection of your consciousness, you want to know what's true. because a lot of the things you're going to face in reality are not going to be based in truth. And if you buy into that, you're going to experience something that is not real, which is never pleasant. What is pleasant is what is true, and that is what the teaching offers, that you can live in the freedom of the truth. Um, that's one of my favorite Bible quotes is, you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. Because God created the truth, he created it good. And when you know the goodness that God created reality in, you're free to experience that reality because you've claimed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's, yeah. So I just absolutely love the classes. Wanted to share just part of our reflection from one class. Um, it was really beautiful sharing in that harmonious union energies shared in the class, and wanted to extend it to you as well.
Yeah, may peace be with you.
Thanks for watching. Sending you much love, and we will see you next time.